Thank you, Gabriela, and good morning, everyone. For today, I'm going to be just presenting you the knowledge page in CRM Dynamics. So let me share my screen and we will start. So the knowledge base, basically, let me display this one. Okay. Basically, the CRM has a complete model that allows you to define the knowledge articles. The idea is that you could have there all the information regarding to your processes or your business, and that information could be later just very about for the users. The agenda for today has, as Gabriel mentioned, I'm going to be showing you how to knowledge management process, how to create knowledge article, how to define articles template, how to review articles, and how to use the knowledge article dashboard. Basically, those are the functionalities that I'm going to be showing you today. The first thing is the knowledge management process. The following diagram describe the default process for creating and using knowledge articles. Basically, the first thing that you need to do is create an article, and when you create an article in the system, it could be in draft status, and after that, a group of people or a person or someone that you define could my article as review or to request some additional modification or something like that. But basically, you could create an article and define who's going to be the person that is going to be reviewing the article, and after that, I could request for some changes or something and get the article if it's not according to the requirements. But if it's according to the requirements, it's going to be in review status. As soon as you review the article could be approved, and after that you could just publish the article. Basically, you my article for translation if you want. If you want to define that article is going to be in multiple languages, you could define that as a translation article. And after that, you could publish the article that is going to be available for the users in the CRM or could be available for external users directly in the portal if you have configured that as an external article. Basically, that's the flow that is going to be just following the article in the system. Uh, we're going to be reviewing how to create an article. The first thing is that you need to be in the customer service hub sitemap, and after that you need to go to service, and you're going to be able to create an article. I think that the best possible way to do that is to create directly in the system. Just to let you know, before go directly to the system, the fields that you need to follow, the fields that you need to uh, uh, let me try to move to another place because I know that is probably kind of some noise. Okay, I'm sorry. I hope that now the probably sounds better. So the fields that you need to follow as soon as you want to create a knowledge article are going to be the title, and the title you need to define the name of the article, just to let you know or just to organize what are going to be the articles that you are going to be having in the system. After that, you need to define some keywords that basically are going to be the words that you're going to be using for try to search the article. Like for example, if you are creating an article like issues with install printer or something like that, probably the keywords that you want to define are going to be printer, are going to be hardware issues or something like that. And after that, you need to define the description. Okay, the description is going to be what is the general context of the article. After that, you need to define the article by itself. Let's do that in the system. Let me go directly to the CRM. So the first thing is that you need to go to the customer service hub, and then you need to find here the knowledge article. Let me try to create one. Let's say that we want to create an article. Just need to click on new and just need to create a title. Like for example, example article. It's going to be any article that you want to define. The description, On this article, I will present the article functionality. And here in the keywords, you need to define what are the words that you're going to be using to allow the people try to find the article. Like, for example, issue, damage, and anything, any word that you consider that could be useful for identify the article. After that, you need to define the article by itself. So, like for example, installation, that's it. Installation description, something like that. On this article, you will find anything. So on the article, you could define the style, you could define a style, you could define a letter, you could define, actually you could include table, you could include links or images or whatever you want. Basically, you need to define the article here. You could define, or you could see the preview here. You could define article in HTML if you want, but usually the people just create article just for here. Okay. So the first thing is create an article. Let me try to change the screen. Okay, so as soon as you create an article, the next thing that you need to do is just basically save the article. The article is going to be on draft. And after that, you need to define who's going to be the person that is going to be approving that. So you could review the author, you could define the keyword, you could define the subject if you want, and you could define additional information in the article. Probably I have to show you that. So here, when you create an article, the article is going to be in the business process flow is going to be in author because you just started. It's taken a while. Actually, it's pretty slow. Okay, so now you just create the information, the general information of the article, and you just have the description here. Additionally, you could have some information in the summary, like if you want to use the article like an internal one, or it's going to be available for everyone. If you define that it's going to be internal, it's going to be available just in the CRM. But if you define that it's not going to be internal, you could use it in the portal as well. By default, it's going to be in proposed because you didn't finish the description of the article yet. And so as soon as you finish, you could just change it as draft. Okay. I mean, if you are working on the article, you could just put it on draft, and as soon as you finish, you could put it in needs to review. When you put that in needs to review, the people that is reviewing is going to be available to know that the article is available for review. Let's say that I just want to put like needs to review. Okay. The article is going to have an owner, it's going to have an article public number that is going to be basically the ID. It's going to have the language by default. You could create an article and later define that it's going to be multiple languages. By default, it's going to be in the language that you have in your instance. You could have version of the article. Let's say that at the beginning it's going to be the version 1, but later if you want to do or you want to generate some modifications, you could just generate an additional version, or you could just generate a minor version if it's probably a small change or something like that. And that's it. Here you could define the subject. You could define that it's quality, service, or any topic that you want. You could configure the subjects in a different model. It's going to be here in service management, but you could define the subject that you want to use. And you could define when the article is going to be published. You could publish that immediately, or you could publish that, let's say the next week or something like that. You could schedule the publish. And of course, you could define an expiration date. Say that it's going to be an article that is going to be available just for this year. So you could define that it's going to expire the last day of the week. Here in the analytics, you're going to see what is happening with the article. How many people already saw the article, how many, what's the rating of the article. As soon as someone used the article, who just put the rating of the article, who qualify the article, and later you could see that information just straight here. And if someone used the article just to resolve a case or something like that, you're going to see that information that is here in the case. Just what are the cases that are using the article, that use the article in the process. I'm going to explain that. Well, um, okay, so basically when you create an article, define all information and customize or personalize all the information that you want to use for the article. The language that you want to use is going to be by default the language that you have in your instance. But if you need to add additional one, you need to go to Summary tab and select the preferred language that you want. If you want to just modify the language, like for example here, by default on this instance, I just have one language, but you can include more if you require. Let me, for example, here you could include translate. You could use translate, and you could add the same article but in a different language. You could use it. Use straight here. Here you're gonna have some additional functionalities like create a major version, like create a manual version, like associate a category, translate, approve. If you want to create an additional language, so if you don't want to create a major version, you could do it just straight here, and it's going to generate the version number 2. Or if you want to create a minor version, you can create one just right here. As soon as you finish that, you could just change it like needs to review, and someone with permissions is going to enter here to the article and is going to select the article and is going to approve that. As soon as you approve the article, that person could publish the article. Only if the article, if we define an article that is going to be published on a specific day, as soon as the person approves that, it's going to be scheduled for automatic publication. So it's a functionality that you could use it as well. You could read the article if you want to define that an article has some relation with some other, so it's going to explain it in a different one. You could define that as a related article. Or if you want to define that this article is going to be related to a specific product, let's say that if you want to define the installation instruction or something like that, you could create an article for that, and after that, just relate that information to the specific product if you want. You could just change it as mark an internal, or if you want, you could use this one, or you could use this button. It's going to be exactly the same. Okay, basically that's the general information for creating an knowledge article. As soon as you create an article, you're going to have there's another functionality that is going to be article template. The article template is a functionality that allows you to create like the base or the basic structure of the article. Let's say that you're going to generate some documents that are going to start with the same information or something like that. So you could just save that as a template, or you could define that this one is going to be an article that is going to start from a template that you already configured. Okay, so basically the idea with the template is just have a functionality that allows you to configure a specific structure of an article, and after that review that and after that use that as a template. Okay, so let me see here. Knowledge article, available templates to create. You could just create a template. Okay, so from here you could define that you want to create an article from a specific template. Let's say this just to have the source here. And here you could define that you want to create that from a specific template. Probably is going to show you here a window or a dialog that is going to ask you what's the template that you want to use. So you need to define here the template. If you don't have a template created, you could create it just straight here. Like for example, in my case, I have an Optimus based template here. So if I click that template, it's going to just fill out the description and it's going to put here the information that I just configured in my specific template. By default, it's not going to include the title of the keywords because that's specific for a specific article. So the information that is going to be just narrated in is going to be the description and it's going to be the main functionality of the article. Okay, so the idea with the templates is that if you want, you can configure the images, so the corporate images and the introduction and then the structure of the article. And after that, just use that template to configure all the articles that you have in your system. Like for example, here, if I enter to knowledge article, in this instance, probably I'm going to have some articles with a specific structure. Probably some of them are going to have some images or some additional structures, like for example, this one. Okay, so all of this information is something that you could configure in a template. And after I just use it just to try to have all the information in a standardized way. Okay, so probably a good suggestion is try to use templates just to try to have all your articles in a standardized way and be sure that template is according to your corporate image, of course. Okay, let me do that. So to create a template, as I mentioned, you could just come here. If you already have the template, you could use it. Just select the template here. But if you don't have it, you just need to click here. It's going to transfer you to the create template functionality. That is going to be just through here in the customer service hub. Let's click in a moment. So new knowledge article template is going to be the window that you want to create. You need to define what's the language that you're going to use. Let's say that it's going to be English. Right. Let's say that it's going to be this one. So you could create templates by language. That's pretty useful. Let's say that it's going to be the Optimus English template. You could define here an article. You could define a title by default. You could define a keyword by default. My system is don't include keywords in the template, but because it's going to be general and it doesn't have much sense. But you could do it if you want. If you want to generate some templates per area or something like that, probably you want to include some keywords by area. And here you just need to define the article or the template exactly as you generate a traditional article. Just create a structure, just create images, the tables, all the information that you want to include. And as soon as you do that, you just need to save the article and the template, and it's going to be available there. If you want to go directly to the article templates using the menu, you just need to come here to service management. And on service management, you need to come here to knowledge-based management, and it's going to be article templates. It's going to be the way to come here directly to article templates. But I think that I just have one created, that is this one. So after that, you could just modify the template. The templates are not going to be like articles that you need to publish and that you need to do all the processes. In this case, you just need to create the template and that's it. Okay, it's going to be available automatically as soon as you create it. As I mentioned, if you don't include a title or keyword, it's not going to be just passing that information to the article. So in my Excel site, I just create the description. Okay, so the articles template is going to be a pretty good functionality if you want to just standardize the information or the way that you present the information in your system. How's the process to review the article? So basically, the idea is that the person that is creating the article, let's go back to the article. Okay. Let me just pass here to knowledge article. And go to example article. So if I require some revision of this article, I just want to back to next review. And the person that is reviewing this marked for review. let's say, mark for review. Next article subject. Let's say there is going to be service. So that's the process that the person that is creating the article needs to do. Just define that needs to review. Actually, if you just check this one and click on next, the system is going to pass this directly to needs to review. As soon as you do that, the person that is reviewing that just need to enter the article and just pull the point here. Okay. If the person approve or reject the article, if you reject the article, the person that created the article is going to receive a notification just to inform that the article was rejected. And if you approve the article, it's going to be approved. And that's it. Let's say that we are going to be approving the article. And as soon as we do that, let's say that I'm going to save it. And it's going to be in approved. In the status is going to change to approved. Okay. On this moment, as soon as you create that as approved, the article could be published. That is basically the last step of the process. Like for example, okay, so the revision process is just check the process as reviewed, and it's going to be just like that. Just need to approve or reject the article. If you want that someone else approve the article or something like that, you can assign the record. But of course, the person that is going to be approved needs to have the permissions to change the article to approve one. Before going to the knowledge article dashboard, I'm going to explain you how to publish the article. Basically, if you want to publish, you just need to click here on publish. I mean, what it means, what means publish article. The article is going to be here and it's in approved in this moment. But if you want to try to search that article, it's not going to be available for the moment. So if you enter or if you try to search that, it's not going to be available but because it's not published yet. So if you want to publish, you just need to come here and just click on publish. And here you could define at what moment do you want to publish that. You could define that it's going to be published in the future, or you could just publish that here. And you could define an expiration date if you want, but it's not required, but it's something that you could do. Publish approved related translation in article. If you have related some translation to this article and that translations are already approved, you could publish that automatically as soon as you publish the article. So, so you already have the translation approved. You just need to approve your article, and that information is going to be passed to publish as well. So let's try to publish this article. Every time that you approve, that you publish the article, it's going to be in read only. I mean, you cannot modify the article just directly right now. You need to generate some modification, or you need to pass the article to revert to draft if nobody's using that yet. Or if you are going to generate an update, you could just modify and click the update process, because if not, it's not going to allow you to do that. As soon as you create an article, like for example, issue or damage, it means that, for example, I am in a case, I mean, there is two ways to use the articles. The first one is going to be going to knowledge search. That is going to be a functionality that everybody could use. Everybody that has access to the CRM could use the search. So like, for example, you include one of the keywords here, the article is going to appear here. You are going to be able to see the information. You could just rate it. You could just rate that. You could rate the article, or you could just and you could define that. I mean, as soon as you see the article, it's going to be marked as someone already saw the article. Okay, that's the first way to see the article. That is the easiest one. The other one is using directly from a case. Like, for example, let's say that I have this case. It doesn't matter the title of the case, but just to show you the functionality. If you have that here, but probably on those things, on this instance, I don't have that. Let me show you that here. Yeah, you could put here knowledge, and here you could use, the CRM is going to try to search an article with the same title of the case, but if you don't want to use that, you could use one of the keywords. And for example, here, you could link the article to the case. So if you attach that, you link the case to the article, and the consequence of that is, let me open another window. Knowledge article. And let me try to open the article here. Like for example article, and if you click here to analytics, you're going to see that this article was sold once, and you can see here that there is already a case related to the article. Just to let you know that, that the people is using the article. If you want to send, you could send the article information directly to the customer. So let's say that you already have an article with all the information that the customer is requiring. So you could just come here to the case and select this functionality, email this article to your customer. You can click here. And the CRM is going to create an email with all the information that we're including in the article. Let's say that you already have that, all the explanation about a specific issue or something like that. So that's a pretty good functionality because you could send that as an email with all the information. That's why I suggest the templates, because we are going to generate information in an standardized way. So that's another way to send information to the customer. And then the last one is going to be in a portal. So if you have configured your customer service portal, like for example, the Optimus one, like for example, this one. This is the portal that all our customers could use to create case or just create information on the cases. They are going to have here a search bar that is going to be available to search in our articles. Okay, so all information that you have in your articles and that is configured in articles that are not internal, I mean the general ones, could be just get it. I mean, all our customers could get that information just coming directly from here. Okay, so that's the clear way to get information about the knowledge article. The last, probably the last functionality I want to show you is the knowledge article dashboard. That basically are some dashboards that are available. For example, here. By default, this is going to show you two dashboards. The first one is going to be my knowledge dashboard. That is going to show me all the articles that I already created, per status, what are the subjects, what are the owners, what are the status, and it's a general information about my article. That's the first dashboard that is going to be available for you. And the second one is going to be the knowledge manager. The knowledge manager is going to be another dashboard just for knowledge manager, and it's going to allow them to see the status of the articles, what are expired, what are the most popular articles, what are in draft, what are in purpose. The idea is just to try to follow up about what's happening with the articles. So that's the way to see the information about the articles that you have in your system. Basically, we're going to have two articles, two dashboards. The first one is going to be to see my own knowledge dashboard with the general information. It's going to have some streams, some charts, some visual filters, and some titles. The other one is going to be the knowledge manager. That is exactly for that. Okay. Well, that's a general information about knowledge article. I'm trying to do that in a pretty practical way. And additional, I know that we have some issues with the knowledge, but unfortunately, I couldn't resolve that easily. But my suggestion is, I mean, there is a URL that is available. It's a CRM instance from Optimus. You could enter to this instance, this Optimus demo that CRM, that dynamics.com. And you could use this user and this password. It's going to be a CRM instance that you could enter, use it, and you could configure the articles. You could publish that, create some translations, and just basically try to play a little bit around the functionality. And if you have some issues, if you require some additional information, or if you want the presentation, or if you have any question, just send me an email, please, and I'm going to be just sending you the information that you require. And basically that's it. I really appreciate your time and your attention. So if you have any question, please let me know. Thanks, everyone.